It was quiet in space. Nothing moved. Only the stars blinked far away like tiny lights. Ethan was alone inside Station Echo 9, a small research base floating above Earth. He was a young space engineer, smart and calm. He liked silence, and he liked space. But that night, something strange happened. He was checking the control panel when a strange sound came through the radio. It was not a normal signal. It was soft, broken, like a whisper. Man, can't you hear me? Ethan stopped. His hands froze above the buttons. He leaned closer to the speaker. Hello, who is this? Identify yourself. No answer. Only static. He waited for a minute. Then the voice came again, this time slower, clearer. Human, your skin looks soft. Ethan stood up. His heart beat faster. Is this a joke? He asked, trying to stay calm. He checked the location of the signal. It was coming from outside, very close. Suddenly, the alarms beeped. The station lights turned red. Object detected. Fast approach. 200 meters. Something was coming. Ethan ran to the observation window. In the dark sky, he saw a silver object falling from above. It moved like a shooting star, but it was not fire. It was cold metal. The object crashed softly into the docking bay, like it was guided. Ethan grabbed his helmet and suit. Whatever that is, he said, I have to see it. Outside the station, the silver object sat still. It was shaped like an egg, but made of smooth metal. No lights, no doors. Ethan touched it. It was cold, ice cold. Suddenly, a line appeared. In the center of the egg, a soft hiss. The object opened like a flower. Inside, a figure moved. A girl. Or something that looked like a girl. She stepped out slowly. Her skin was pale, glowing a little. Her hair floated like it had no weight. She wore no suit, no helmet. But she breathed. Her eyes met Ethan's. They were large, deep, and shining with a strange blue light. She smiled, a soft, slow smile. You're warm, she said, her voice almost a whisper. Ethan took a step back. Who are you? Are you from Earth? She tilted her head. Earth? Yes, I've seen it. I came to learn. He noticed her skin. It shimmered like silk. She was beautiful, but not human. Something was off, too perfect. Too calm. She walked closer. You are alone? She asked. Ethan didn't answer. His hand moved toward his radio. She reached out. Don't be afraid. I just want to feel. Before he could react, her fingers touched his face. A shock ran through him. Her skin was cold at first, then warm like it was changing to match his. Your skin, she said softly, so soft. I've never touched anything like it. Ethan stepped back, now clearly scared. What do you want? She looked into his eyes. To feel it, taste it, and claim it. Her voice was gentle, but her words were sharp. They didn't make sense, but they felt dangerous. Suddenly, the lights on his suit blinked. Something was draining his power. He pulled away and activated his emergency pushback. He flew a few meters away from her. Stay back, he shouted. The girl did not move. She just watched him, her head tilted again. Then she said, in a low voice, You don't understand. I don't want to harm you. But I must know how your skin works, how your body feels. From inside, Ethan's breath caught. This wasn't a simple visitor. This was a predator, but one that smiled, one that whispered. He turned and flew back into the station. Slamming the door behind him, alarms were still flashing. The computer said, Unknown life form detected. Danger level unknown. He looked through the window. The girl was still there, floating in space. She raised her hand and touched the glass. Then, with a soft smile, she whispered, though he couldn't hear it anymore. He could still read her lips. I will come in. I want more. It started with a dream. Ethan was floating. Not in space, but In a field of light, he felt hands on his face, cold hands. Soft fingers. Then a voice whispered in his ear, "I don't want to hurt you, Ethan ... unless you make me." He opened his eyes, back to reality. The station lights were dim. It was early cycle, fake morning on the space clock, but there was no sunlight in space. Only metal and silence. Ethan sat up sweating. He looked at the door. It was locked. Triple-sealed. He got out of bed and checked the surveillance screen. She was still there. The alien girl, floating outside the station. Still. Watching. She had been there for 5 hours, not moving. Just staring through the glass window, like she was waiting for permission. Ethan didn't know what scared him more, her face, or the patience behind it. Suddenly, a soft ping. The computer blinked. Incoming transmission. From unknown source. Ethan hesitated, then clicked accept. The screen showed her face. "Hello, Ethan," she said gently. "Are you ready to let me in?" He frowned. "Why are you calling me by name? I never told you that." She smiled. "I read it. From your ship. From your mind." Pause. Then she added, "You dream loud." Later that day, Ethan gave in. He opened the airlock. Not because he trusted her, but because he had questions, and maybe a strange kind of curiosity. She stepped inside slowly, barefoot. Her body adjusted instantly to the station air. She looked around with wonder, like a child. Then her eyes landed on him again. "Everything here feels empty," she said. "But you feel full." "Full of what?" Ethan asked. She walked closer. "Warmth, emotion, memory. You carry so much inside your skin." He took a step back. "Is that why you came here? To study us?" She nodded. "To study. To feel. To taste." Her words were soft, but her eyes told another story. Hunger, control. Ethan tried to stay calm. He offered her a seat. She sat like she had done it 1,000 times, copying human movements perfectly. "What should I call you?" he asked. She paused. "My kind don't use names. But if you need one, call me Aries." As the hours passed, she asked him strange questions. What does sadness feel like? Why do humans hide tears? If you love something, would you let it leave? Ethan answered the best he could. But he started noticing something. Every time he answered, she watched him too closely, like she was reading not just his words, but his body, his heartbeat, his skin. And every hour, she grew more human. She laughed once, awkwardly, then better. She touched a flower printed on his cup and said, "This image brings you joy. Why?" He realized she was learning emotions like downloading a file. Fast. Too fast. Then something strange happened. The lights flickered. The station's AI gave a warning. "Crew member 04, status missing." Ethan froze. "There's no one else here," he whispered. But the AI insisted. "Crew 04, life sign lost. Last seen, docking bay." He looked at Ari as she looked calm. "Too calm. You said you were alone," she said softly. "I was," Ethan said. "But now my system says otherwise." She tilted her head. "Your machine is confused." There was no other. He stood up slowly. His hand reached behind for the emergency alert button, but she was faster. "I wouldn't do that, Ethan," she said gently. Not angry, not loud, just warning. "Why not?" She looked down, then back at him. "Because I like you. I don't want to hurt you. But if you treat me like a threat, I will become one." Silence. She leaned closer. "I came here to feel, to understand humans. But your skin, your emotions, they call to me." She placed her hand on his again. "Do you feel it too, Ethan? The pull? Or are you just afraid of what I really am?" Ethan's hand shook. He looked into her eyes. There was something beautiful there, and something terrifying. He had to decide. Trust her? Or trap her? She wore his hoodie. That was the first thing Ethan noticed when he entered the control room. Ari stood by the window, looking out into space. The oversized hoodie hung loosely on her body. Her glowing hair was tucked inside the hood. Only her pale face and curious eyes showed. "I want to feel human," she said without turning around. "Is this how you stay warm?" Ethan didn't answer right away. Something about the way she stood, the way she copied him, felt too perfect, too smooth, like a machine trying to be human. "Where did you find that?" he asked Dot. She turned slowly and smiled. "In your room. I watched how you wear it. I thought, maybe if I wear your skin, your shape, I'll understand you." Ethan's chest tightened. "Did she just say your skin?" He nodded slowly. "You mean clothes?" She blinked. "Yes, clothes." Over the next few hours, Aries continued exploring the station. She walked barefoot down the metal halls. She touched everything: walls, chairs, wires, even water. She asked questions no one ever asked before. Why do humans cry when they are happy? Why do you cover your body? Are you ashamed of it? What does missing someone feel like? Ethan tried to stay calm, but he noticed something strange. Every time Aries asked a question, she also watched him feel the answer. If he smiled, she smiled. If he looked sad, she copied the sadness. It wasn't just learning Dot, it was mimicking Dot, becoming Dot later. She sat at the food table. Ethan gave her a nutrition bar. She bit into it, but stopped. "It tastes dead." "That's because it is," Ethan replied. "It's processed, fake." She looked at her hands. "I want to taste something alive." He frowned. "Like what?" Aries leaned closer, lowering her voice. "You." That night, Ethan locked himself in his private lab. He scanned the room for anything unusual. Still no sign of missing Crew 04. The computer kept showing strange biosigns, like something was walking through the walls. He checked the security camera from earlier. He saw Aries walk past the empty hallway, but her reflection in the window didn't match her steps. Her body walked forward. Her reflection turned and looked straight at the camera. Ethan stared at the screen, frozen. Was she aware of being watched? Or was she showing him something? Later, Aries came to the lab door. "Ethan, are you afraid of me?" He didn't open the door. She placed her hand on the glass. "I don't want to hurt you, but I can't stop what I am." He spoke through the intercom. "What are you?" She took a breath. "We are called the Volari. We don't feel like humans. We learn through body contact, through taste, through memory." Ethan swallowed hard. "Taste, like food?" She looked sad now. "No, like connection. Your skin holds memory. Your touch shares thought. When I tasted you, I felt your pain, your loneliness. That's why I haven't claimed you yet." Yet, that word echoed in his mind like thunder. Later that night, Ethan couldn't sleep. He walked into the common area. Aries sat on the floor, watching old Earth videos. She laughed at a cat video. Then cried at a sad love scene. She turned to Ethan, tears in her glowing eyes. "Is this what it means to be human? To feel everything, even when it hurts?" He didn't answer. Instead, he sat beside her, for the first time. Not as a scientist, but as someone. Lonely too. She reached out and touched his hand. He let her. "If I stay like this," she whispered, "can I become more than what I was?" He looked at her. "Or are you just pretending?" he asked. Aries didn't speak, but her eyes showed something new. Regret? Longing? Or just hunger in disguise? In the next room, the AI beeped again. "Warning, human DNA detected in Sector 6. Status altered." She was singing. A soft tune echoed through the station halls. Aries walked slowly along the curved wall, dragging her fingers across the cold metal, humming a melody she never learned, but somehow knew. It wasn't human. The notes were off, unnatural. It sounded like something old. Something from a world before language. Inside the control room, Ethan was watching her on the monitor. He couldn't take his eyes off the screen. She was changing. Her movements were smoother now, too smooth. Her body was no longer completely human. Sometimes her fingers stretched longer than they should. Sometimes her shadow moved before she did. He rewound the footage. There it was, a flicker. For 1 second, her reflection in the metal wall showed her true form. Tall, sharp, tentacled, glowing with blue veins. Eyes like galaxies, then back to human. She's not pretending anymore, Ethan whispered. She's blending. Later, Ares entered the lab without knocking. Ethan flinched, but stayed calm. I didn't mean to scare you, she said softly. I've been thinking. He noticed her skin now shimmered even when she was still. Like it couldn't decide what color to stay. She sat across from him. Do you know what instinct is? She asked. Ethan nodded. A natural urge, something born into you. She smiled. Yes, mine is simple. She held up her hand, looked at her own fingers like they were strangers. We are born to absorb, to collect, to taste new life and wear its memory. It's how we survive. Ethan watched her closely. So, you came here to feed? She shook her head. I came here to understand, but I didn't expect to feel. Suddenly, her face changed. Pain. She clutched her chest and fell to her knees. Her skin flickered between forms. Alien, human, alien again. It hurts, she gasped. Ethan ran to her. What's happening? She looked up, eyes wild. Your emotions, they're inside me now. I can't process them. Love, sadness, fear. It's too much. Ethan knelt beside her. You're changing because of me. She nodded slowly. Yes, and that's dangerous. I'm losing control. Her voice trembled. My instinct says, claim you. But something new says, protect you. Later, Ethan returned to the eye terminal. He ran a scan on the missing crew. Member again. No trace. Just a strange pattern. Human DNA. Fused with unknown organic matter. Pattern match. Villari species. Assimilation complete. Ethan's hands shook. He understood now. Ares didn't kill people. She absorbed them, took their body, took their thoughts, took their feelings, and wore them like clothes. He looked at the station. Logs. Ares had been near the crew member's last location. The door was sealed after that. No entry logs. No escape. Just one conclusion. The crew member never left. Ares did. In their place, that night, Ares stood by the hydroponic garden. Fake earth plants glowed under artificial light. She touched the leaves softly. I remember her, she said. Ethan walked in. Who? Ares looked at him. The one I took. Crew. Member 04. She liked these plants. She cried when one died. I still feel that sadness inside me. Ethan didn't speak. Ares looked down. Do you hate me now? He didn't know the answer. She stepped closer. I never had a name before. No feelings, no guilt, but now I feel everything. Even fear? Ethan asked. She nodded. Yes. I fear myself and what I might still do. A long silence. Then she whispered, There's a hunger in me, Ethan. I keep it quiet. But one day, I might not be able to. Ethan swallowed hard. Then you need to leave. Ares looked heartbroken. You are the only one who made me feel alive. And now you want me gone? He stepped back. I want you safe. I want me safe. She turned away. What if I said, I want to stay not as predator, but as something else? Ethan looked at her one last time, then prove it. In the shadows behind them, the station walls hummed. The AI whispered, Unidentified object approaching, second life form detected. She dreamed in colors that didn't exist. Blue that tasted like wind. Red that whispered secrets. Gold that burned like hunger. Ares had never dreamed before. Her kind didn't sleep. But now, inside this fragile human form, she dreamed of Ethan's voice, of skin that felt like fire and emotions that hurt in a beautiful way. But behind all of it, there was a sound, a low hum, a warning. They are coming. Aries sat up suddenly, eyes wide. Her breath misted in the air like frost. She felt it, not through her ears, but her bones. Another Velari ship. Close. Watching. She stood barefoot on the cold floor and whispered to herself, "They found me." Meanwhile, Ethan was in the restricted zone, deep under the station. He had made a decision. He was going to trap her. Not to kill, not to punish, but to contain her. Before she lost control, he uploaded a code into the AI system. Chamber lockdown protocol, voice access, Ethan Gray. Then he looked at the screen. Ari is walking the hallway above, slow and calm. But the glow around her was different now. Unstable. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I just don't trust you." Ethan found her in the Hydra room again, touching the plants. She turned before he spoke. "I heard your heart from the lower deck. It was heavy." He hesitated. "Aries, why did you really come here?" She paused. Her face softened. "To escape." "From what?" Her voice was quiet. "From them." Ethan stared. "Others like you?" She nodded. "They don't feel. They only take. I was born like them. But something broke inside me. I didn't want to claim. I wanted to choose." Then she looked straight at him. "But I'm changing again. The hunger is waking up." Ethan took her hand. "Then help me stop it." She closed her eyes. "You will lock me away?" "Just until we understand how to help you." Silence. Then she whispered, "Okay." The plan was simple. Ethan would lead her into the deep chamber. The moment she stepped inside, the AI would seal the room with a biolock field. No escape. No absorption. He hated the plan, but it was the only one he had. The hallway lights flickered. Aries followed him in silence, but just before they reached the chamber, she stopped. She turned her head slowly. "Do you feel that?" Ethan paused. Sound. A vibration in the floor. Far away, but growing closer. Boom. Boom. Heavy. Mechanical. Unnatural. Arisa's eyes turned bright blue. "It's them. They sent a seeker." Ethan backed up. "Who?" "A hunter. They track runaways." "Like me." She stepped in front of him. "Ethan, you need to lock me in, now, before I become like them." Ethan opened the door. She walked inside without fear. Before the door closed, she whispered, "If I don't survive, remember me as someone who tried to feel." Then the chamber sealed. Ethan ran back to the control room. The station shook. AI spoke. "Unknown craft has landed. Hull breached on docking bay 3. He looked at the camera feed. A new pod had arrived. Black, angular, covered in shifting alien patterns. The door opened. Something stepped out. Not like Aries. Taller, armored. Its body moved like liquid metal wrapped in shadow. No face. Just a glowing mouth that opened without sound. It turned its head slowly, as if smelling the air. Then it whispered in a voice that bypassed every speaker and echoed straight into Ethan's mind. "One of us has betrayed the Velari. We have come to correct it." Ethan stared in horror. Aries had run from them, but they didn't come to take her back. They came to erase her, and maybe him too. He remembered rain. Not the cold metal drops of the station's water system, but real rain. Earth rain, falling on his face when he was a boy, running through the street, laughing, soaked and alive. Now, standing in a cold, shaking space station, Ethan could almost feel it again. But this time, it wasn't water falling. It was the end. The seeker was inside. It had broken through. Docking bay 3. The cameras were gone. One by one, black screens replaced them, all systems glitching, lights flickering. The air felt heavier, like something was pressing against the walls of reality. Ethan tried to reach the AI. Activate defense protocol station lockdown. System compromised. Lifeform override in progress. Ethan slammed his fist on the panel. There was only one place, still secure, the chamber where Ares was locked. He ran through dark halls. Sparks falling from the ceiling. The distant sound of metal groaning. As if something massive was crawling through the vents. Thump, thump, thump. He reached the sealed door. He hit the intercom. Ares, it's here. A moment of silence. Then her voice. I know. I can feel it. It's calling to me. Ethan's breath caught. What does it want? To finish what I started, she said softly. To remind me of what I am. He hesitated. Then did something crazy. He opened the chamber. Ares stepped out slowly. Her form was different now. Her human shape flickered, part alien, part girl, glowing veins running under soft skin. But her eyes were full of sorrow. You freed me? Ethan nodded. Because I believe there's still something inside you that can choose. She walked closer. You don't understand. The Seeker isn't just hunting me. It's here for both of us. Suddenly, the ceiling above them cracked open. The Seeker dropped through. Silent as death. Tall, shifting, shadow wrapped. It didn't speak with a mouth. It spoke directly into their minds. You are broken, Ares. You let the human inside you. Now, we must unmake you both. Ares stepped forward. Ethan, don't move. Her body shimmered, changing again. Her arms stretched slightly. Her back split with faint glowing lines. She was becoming Valari again, but not like before. Stronger, brighter. More human. And more alien. The Seeker charged. Ethan ducked, rolled away. Ares leapt light as wind, but with force like gravity. They clashed in the air. Light versus shadow. Emotion versus instinct. Ares screamed, not in fear, but pain. She was fighting her nature. To protect someone she once wanted to consume. The Seeker overpowered her. It wrapped its limbs around her body. Her glow dimmed. You feel too much, it whispered. You are weak. Ares looked at Ethan, broken. Blood on his face, watching her with tears in his eyes. And in that moment, she made her choice. You're wrong, she whispered back. Feeling made me stronger. She grabbed the Seeker's core and pulled it into herself. They screamed together, one voice of pain, the other of rage. Light exploded from her chest. The Seeker's body cracked. Ethan watched in horror and awe. She was absorbing him, not to feed. To destroy. To save. When the light faded, only Ares stood. Barely. She dropped to her knees. Ethan ran to her. She was flickering, her body unstable. What did you do? I took him into me and locked him inside. But I can't hold him forever. Then let me help. She stopped him. Tears in her glowing eyes. You already did. She smiled, a real smile. Then she touched his cheek for the last time. I came to claim you, but in the end, I gave myself instead. And then she was gone. Light scattered. No body. No sound. Only a soft hum. Fading into silence, the station. Lights returned. The AI came back online. Threat neutralized. Lifeform Ares, unknown, no signal detected. Ethan sat alone on the floor. Rain in his memory. Tears on his face. There was no sound. No alarms. No footsteps. No breathing, except Ethan's. He walked alone through the halls of station. Echo-9. Everything was normal again. Too normal. Systems worked. Lights were steady. Air was clean. As if nothing ever happened. But something had. And someone was gone. Ethan stood at the window where Ares used to look out into the stars. He whispered her name. No reply. No voice in his head. No soft laugh. No glowing eyes. Just space. Just silence. She saved me, he said, and now she's nowhere, But then, the AI spoke. One unidentified organic trace remains. Ethan blinked. What kind of trace? Valari's signature. Dormant, in station core. His heart stopped. Was she still here? He rushed to the core chamber, the heart of the station, where power flowed. Where signals pulsed. There, in the center was a pulse. A heartbeat. Faint blue. Familiar. Not a body, not a voice. Just a living pattern of energy. Ares? He whispered. Nothing. Then. Ethan. Her voice, weak, inside the system. I'm not fully alive, but not gone either. When I took the seeker into me, I broke apart. Your station saved part of me. Ethan fell to his knees. You're part of the station now? Yes, I am memory, thought, code, echo. Pause. But I'm not alone anymore. Ethan's eyes narrowed. What do you mean? Suddenly the lights dimmed, the screens flashed. The walls trembled. The IS voice twisted. New signal detected. Origin, deep space, incoming. Valari. Fleet. Ethan stood. Fleet? Ares's voice returned frantic. They heard the Seeker's death. Now they come, not to retrieve, but to conquer. They don't want to understand humans like I did. They want to harvest them. Ethan's face turned pale. Then we have to warn Earth. No time. They'll be here in 1 Earth hour. But I can stop them, one last time, Ethan shouted. How? You're not even whole. She hesitated. The station has a hidden failsafe. A dark energy pulse, meant to destroy any invader. But I can guide it, amplify it. If you give me full access. Ethan froze. Will it destroy you too? Silence. Then softly, yes. He walked to the panel. His finger hovered over the command. Ares whispered again. You once asked if I was pretending to feel. Now I know I wasn't. I didn't come to claim you. I came to meet myself, through you. Ethan's eyes burned with tears. You don't have to do this. But I do. If I don't, more will suffer. He pressed the final code. Power rerouted. Defense core active. A hum filled the station. Then light exploded from every panel, every wall, every wire. Ares's voice was everywhere. Not just one place. Goodbye, Ethan. Thank you for letting me feel. And then dash boom. Far above the Earth. The Valari fleet blinked into view. Dark ships. Hungry ships. But before they could attack, a burst of white-blue energy shot from station. Echo-9. It moved like thought, like memory. Like her, one by one, the Valari ships fell silent. Frozen. Then crumbled into dust. Later, back on Earth. Ethan sat in a room filled with scientists. They asked him what happened. He told them the truth. Most didn't believe him, but one girl in the group, with soft eyes and a curious smile, raised her hand. You said she felt human at the end? Ethan nodded. She felt more human than most humans I know. That night, Ethan looked at the stars again. A soft breeze blew through the trees. Then, in his earpiece, a whisper. So quiet, it could have been the wind, still here, somewhere. He smiled, and the stars blinked once, like someone was still watching.